Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be investigating a problem on the 1975 Bolens G14. We noticed this problem when we were running it. When we turned the ignition off and the engine stopped, it was chucking a belt. And the tension feels okay and the belts aren't very old. And we're going to do a bit of further investigation. But before we started, we wanted to make sure that we had quite a few parts ready, just in case. The parts we've got are these two 34-inch spare belts that we had. And this should be an idler spring for the G14 with a split pin inside that we bought from Bolens Parts and Supplies, aka Brian Dr. Bolens. It's a bit of an interesting story about this package because Brian lives in New York State, and usually the packages that we have gotten from him in the past have gone from New York State straight to Heathrow Airport here in the UK, which usually takes about 2 days, and then the usual parcel services take it from Heathrow and deliver it here, which usually somehow takes 2 weeks. But yeah, that didn't happen with this one. First of all, when Dad was tracking it, it went from New York State to Los Angeles, and we already knew it was going the wrong way at that point. And then, for some reason, about a week later, it said it was in Tokyo. And then we were clearly telling them that they'd gone the wrong way, but they quite clearly couldn't hear us from all the way over there. Anyway, then we lost the tracking on it, and we'd kind of given up on it at that point. And then a couple of weeks later, it just randomly turned up. Hopefully after all of that drama, this is the part that we ordered. I'm now going to try to show you the problem, although I've already tried this 2 times and the belts have stayed on, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. There you go. We now have the tractor on the bench. We've disconnected the battery, and I'm now going to undo these so that we can take the battery and the battery tray out, because I'm not sure if you can see from the camera angle, but the idler spring is actually underneath these, and it's going to be a lot easier just to take the battery out. We've got the battery out now, and we're going to try and get the battery tray out. To do that, you have to undo these 2 Phillips head machine screws. It's the same on the other side. And these are used quite a lot over the tractor. You can see them on the fender here. And we managed to work out the size of them, and we got a bag of 100 stainless steel ones, but we're hoping these should be okay anyway. We've now taken the battery tray out, and we've also taken the rectifier, which was mounted here, off to get extra access to the spring here. We've also taken the belts off to release the tension on it. And we noticed there's a bit of corrosion on the pulley here, so we're now going to clean that up. It's surprising how much corrosion was on there, and that's not helping the belts stay on. Well, we've sanded it all off now. You can see all the debris sitting on the belts down there. So we're going to get an airline and just dust all of that off quickly. We've got the new spring in now. There's no video of it because it was really difficult. We spent an hour alone just getting the new spring in, and it took quite a while to get the old one off as well. And this is the old split pin, which wrong type of split pin, and that's completely mangled. So that was difficult. It's also the old spring if you're interested. But anyway, after about an hour of struggling, thinking of how to get this end of the spring on, I came up with the idea of getting a little bit of wire that we just put through here, looped around it, then tugged through here until it was about there. Then we just helped it on by going like that a bit, and then just tugged it out, and it's on now, so that's good. And let me show you how we got to the underside. Don't try this at home. New day, same problem. We've got the tractor back on just the hydraulic bench here. And we've checked the belts over, and because they're good quality ones and they're new, and they weren't in very bad condition, so we're going to just use them again instead of the replacements ones we had. And when we had them on, we actually noticed that the engine pulley wasn't in line with the pulley on the clutch mechanism down there, which is fixed, so that can't move, and the engine's fixed in place, so that can't. So we knew the engine pulley had to be moved. And when we were also looking down here, we noticed there was a couple of washers on the idler, and we've taken them off, and that made it look like that showed that the engine pulley definitely wasn't in the right place. So as you can see here, we've gone a bit creative. We've got a small puller in there, and we've got this ratchet on here, which is offset, and we've just moved it out a bit. We've taken the puller off now, and I'm just going to tighten up the grub screws, and then we'll give it a try. We've got the belts back on now. We've left the battery and battery tray out so we can see what's going on, and we've got some jump leads here to a spare battery. And let's see if it wants to behave this time. Oh yes. High five, cameraman. We've tested it numerous times now and the belts haven't come off, so we've put the battery tray and the battery back in. We're now going to have a mega clear up because we got out quite a lot of tools for this. And then we're going to take it off the table and a quick test run. seems that we are still okay for the belts. That's another good job done. It'll be nice to use the G14 knowing that we won't have to put the belts back on every time we stop and turn the engine off. The only thing we can think of is that a previous owner has had the engine out and had the pulley off the engine and then put it back together wrong, and then realised it's wrong, and then to try and line up the idler, they put these two washers on there. And then when they realised that didn't work and it chucked the belts, that's probably when they sold it to Dad. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, comments welcome, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video and see our other videos. More to follow as we do more on this tractor. Bye.